Okay, right, well, today I'm going to lift these potatoes, predominantly because I want to get the bed planted up with my overwintering Senshyu onions. We'll see how long it takes me. If I've got time, I might try emptying this bed as well. Take the cover off, take the framework off, empty the plants out of it, top it up with compost, and do another lot. I've got about 400 Senshyu onions to plant this year. Plant them every year, overwintering ones always do well for me. So yeah, we'll get underway. As you can see, it looks like we've had a local fox or something doing some of the work for us, but I'll bring you back once I've done the harvest and we'll show you what I've got up. Okay, this 6 foot by 6 foot bed, we have all of this little lot plus this pile here. I will give them away up later on. However, because these are blighted potatoes, I can't really trust the longevity or keeping characteristics of these potatoes in the same way as I could with the earlier harvested ones that hadn't got any sign of blight, or for example Sarpomira. So what I will do is these will be collected up, left for a couple of days while I have time to process. So you'll see that I've emptied the spuds out, but I need to dig over the bed and plant the winter onions. I haven't even started that yet. I'm not going to get around to that today. I'll bring you back tomorrow once I do that. So these will go home, and then maybe at the weekend I will process them, and by process them I mean the small ones will be pressure canned as pulled new potatoes effectively, still in their skins. The bigger ones will be chopped and frozen as chips. I might do some mash as well and just freeze that. It's quick and easy. It's nice to just have a nice easy meal you can just grab from the freezer. But I couldn't trust keeping them in a sack. I mean, if you look at something like this, look at what the blight's done to that potato. It's discoloured and nasty. That'll start to rot. Excuse me. If that's in a bag with other potatoes, that will transfer that blight to other potatoes and turn the whole bag, and eventually it will lose your entire crop as a result. This one, for example, is just started. You see that little hint of a blush? That'll be fine, because I'll be cooking that fairly quickly. That won't have time to go south. And the blight fungus is not at all dangerous to humans. It's just a destroyer of crops. It doesn't do anything to us at all. And once you've cooked it thoroughly, as these will be, there won't be. It'll kill off the fungal spores. So there's no issues at all with eating the crop. It's just not so good for actually longevity and storage. Right, it'll be a moment for you. It'll be an entire day for me. So I'll see you in a moment when I'm planting this bed up with onions. And just like that, we're back. As you can see, I have cleared the other bed, topped up the first one, and given it a good roughing up. Might be able to see large quantities of whitefly from where I pulled out the collie that didn't head up. Thankfully, I've got plenty more down the other end that has. Yeah, these are now already. Sorry. Just got a mouthful of whitefly. Lovely. Now ready to start planting these. These are my Senshyu yellow overwintering onions. I love my Senshyu yellows. They are. I've never had one bolt, and they get to such a fantastic size. Golf ball type bulbs are not the kind of onions you get out of these. These are more cricket ball. If you see my video earlier this year where I harvested my overwintering onions, you'd have seen they don't store as well as some, but I've got other options for that. I can do freezing or other bits and pieces to preserve them for longer. So I'm going to put a lot more in this year. 400 is the plan for the sets. This is the first two beds of probably 6, I would think. Somewhere between 4 and 6 beds. 6 by 6. Right, I'll bring you back once I've got the bulbs in, although you won't see a great deal because they'll be buried. But I'll bring you back nonetheless. And there we have it. 2 beds. Only difference between the two is, ooh, getting in the way of the camera lens. It will focus again for me. These have had the rows done that way, and this one is done that way, just to mark things up a little bit. This bed here was the one with the potatoes in. I heavily fertilised this with both potato fertiliser and bloodfish and bone. Potatoes weren't in a huge amount of time, they didn't put on a huge size, so there's still lots of goodness in here. Also, when I put in the potatoes, I topped up the soil with additional compost, so I didn't need to do anything but drill the holes. This one, again, I'd put a lot of compost, a lot of fertiliser in, and although the cauliflower had come up, they hadn't headed, which meant a lot of that nutrition was still in the soil. I had a little bit of bloodfish and bone, but basically just topped up with some compost, and that's it. This is what I'll do. I'll have the watering in. I'm running a slight experiment. Last year I planted them in modules and planted them out to avoid the birds pulling them out by the tips. Didn't work, they still pulled them, throw them everywhere. This year I'm planting them deep in the hope that by the time they do stick their green shoots above ground, they'll have enough of a root system in place to prevent them being pulled out. We'll wait and see. It's as simple as that. And that's it for today. I will bring you back during the week as I potter around doing other jobs. One of the ones I think for tomorrow is to try and clear this bed. That's all little gem lettuce that's gone to seed, so I'm going to take the seed heads in a carrier bag and see if I can get some seed out of them. I'll be clipping back the blighted tomatoes on these two beds, so that we're just left with the stumps for a week or so. And if I have sufficient energy left, I might give that bed a go as well. Take the cover off and the hoops off of that one. Just depends if I can be bothered, frankly. Right, other than that, I will see you on the next one.